We'll say good morning.
Good morning, Mahesh. Just started the recording. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen. So just a recap. Yesterday we gone through about this InnoDB architecture, and we did cover most of the uh, data related files, right, inside the MySQL data directory. And today, one second, let me admit. Yeah. So today we are going to see about the rest of the files like um, slow log, general log, error log, binary log. Okay, how to decode the binary log, all these things. And the next session will be we will starting the replication. Okay. Uh, yeah, replication. It might take some 1 week, like 4 to 5 sessions. Then we will plan for backup, and after that, this cluster technologies, then performance tuning, finally, this cloud technologies. Okay, so this is the flow. We will be addressing the sessions. Okay, fine. And tomorrow Christmas, right? So tomorrow morning we will not have classes. But yeah, we will have the classes on Friday. Uh, I will I will update in our group. Okay. Tomorrow we do not have any classes. Cool. Um, so she'll have the server and log in the MySQL. Um, 14. Okay, fine. I think we can start this. Okay. So first we will see one by one quickly about slow query log. Okay, slow query log. The main purpose of slow query log is yeah, the name itself, collecting the slow queries. That is very important, right? To because without the queries, your database is ideal, right? So you are communicating with database with the SQL language most of the time, right? So, so, so whenever you are communicating through the SQL, you are going to use the resource of your database, right? Which means you are pushing some load to your database, right? So your queries should be optimized. If your queries are completely optimized, then your performance is optimized, right? Because without slow queries, there is nothing going to create any kind of load in your database. Without the queries, your database is ideal, right? So capturing the slow queries is very important, and you need to make sure your queries are completely optimized. Okay, so this is one of the routine DBA activity. Uh, so wherever you are working on your product or support, you will have one alert configured, long query alert. So whatever queries are running on some certain threshold, more than that, it will alert. Okay, that is the one thing. And also you will you will capture every queries based on your query time, long query time. You will capture and you will continuously optimize the queries. So once you are doing optimization, eventually you will get the performance. Okay, fine. So in the MySQL, by default, slow queries are not enabled. Okay. Um, Select at slow query log file. Okay, there is a typo. Okay. So this is like your default slow query log location. If you want to move somewhere else in different location, you can update this parameter, slow query log file parameter, to capture in the different location. Okay. And you can see by default your slow query log is disabled. Zero means disabled. Zero or off, whatever it is, disabled. And one means on. Okay. So let me open one more terminal also side by side. So by default, it is disabled, right? By default, it is disabled. And let's see whether this file is exist or not here. It is not there, right? So this is actually the dynamic parameter. So you can just enable it by doing set global slow log equal to on or one, whatever. Okay. So I'm just reset and you can see it is enabled now. And let me see in the second terminal, you can see the file is created. Now, post you enable the slow query logging, the file is created. And initially, like it will have this columns. Okay, this information initially, what is the version of your database, all this information will be available in your slow query log. Okay, so now I enable the slow query log. Now, now I need to decide what content needs to be written in the slow query log, right? So you are executing lot of queries in the database. It is not like all the queries should be written in your slow query log, right? So you need to decide it. So how you can decide? There is a parameter which is long query time. Okay, select at long query time. So by this 10 means which it is 10 seconds. Okay. So the queries which are running 10 or more than 10 seconds will be written in those will be considered as a slow query, and those queries will be written in your slow query log. Okay. For example, so usually what we will do as a best practice, we will set some higher value on the new environment. For example, let's say 10 seconds, we will capture all the queries more than 10 seconds and we will optimize it. Then we will reduce the long query time value from 10 to some 5 seconds something. Then we will capture all the queries between 5 to 10 seconds. We will optimize it. Then initially we will reduce the value. So at the end, finally, we will not have any long queries. Okay. So this is one of the way we do now. So my current long query time is 10 seconds. So let me execute some statement. For example, select sleep of mm, select sleep of 7. Okay, so which means this query will execute 7 seconds sleep with the sleep, and yeah, it will end nothing. And you can see this query was taken 7.02 second. It is not. considered as a slow query, right? Now let me execute it 11 second. 11 second. Um, yeah, so here you can see query is completed and you can see the details are written in the slow query log, right? Because my long query time value is 10 second and this query was executing more than 10 seconds. So this is considered as a slow query and that details are written in the slow query log. So what are the details the slow query log will have? By default, it will have the time, which time it was executed, from which host, which user was executed, what is the ID, and how much time it was taken, whether it is in whether the query get any lock or not. Okay, maybe some queries slow due to the lock, right? So that information it will be have, and how many rows examined and sent. Okay, examined means how many rows it was checked. From that, how many rows is the actual result set. Okay, that is the row sent and examined. Okay, and finally you will have the select statement in your slow Gorilla. Okay. Now, these are the default information you will get it from the slow query log, and you can also enable the extended logging. Okay, extended logging by enabling this value log slow extra. Okay, so this is one of the parameter. So by default, this is disabled. For example, select at it is disabled. You can enable this, so you will get some more information about your slow queries. Okay, I just enabled it now. Okay, enabled it. It is enabled now. And now let me execute the same query again. Select sleep of 11 and see the difference of the default logging and the extended logging. So with the extended logging, you will get some more information. Okay, so about your, yeah. So here you can see. So this is the default one. The for the same query, this is the default logging, and this is the extended logging. So you will get some additional information about which scan your select statement was performed, whether the query created any temporary tables or not. If it is created any temporary table, it is on disk or memory. Okay. If you see the counter here, it is memory. If it is counter here, it is created in the disk. Okay. And what kind of scan it was performed. So it will have all the information about your query. So it will be helpful for your uh, um, analyzing the slow query. It will be helpful. So your file size may be um, uh, little bit higher comparing to the default logging, because it is almost around double of the content it will write. Okay, so but yeah, still it is worth uh, like uh, uh, you will get more information about your query. Okay, so this is about the log slow extra. Okay, so this will write the extended logging, extended information about your slow queries. Fine. We have one more parameter. For example, by default, slow queries will be written in the file, right? This parameter actually affects slow query log as well as general log, both. Parameter is log underscore output. Okay, so by default it is file. So which means like your slow queries will be by default it will be stored in the file, and also you can change this value to table. Okay, this is also the dynamic parameter set global log output equal to table. So when you set it to say table, what happened? Instead of writing the slow query here, it will be written in the this slow query information will be stored in the table. Let me show you. Now I am doing the same. Let me, yeah, I already reconnected, right? Okay. So I am executing the same select sleep of 11. Now let's see whether that query is now written in the file or not. Okay, let it complete. Yeah, it is done. You can see that it's not written in the file now, right? So where it will be written, there is a database MySQL, right? Use MySQL. Inside that, show tables like slow underscore log. So this is actually the table. And similarly, you will have the general log as well. General log. This log output, when you enable the log output value, it will impact both of this table. Okay. So here you can query this table, select star from this table. Okay. Let me do slash capital G. So all the informations will be available in the table itself. You can just query, you can do some query, right? When you have in the table, it will be easy to analyze. For example, you can do some queries like if you want to get the slow queries from more than this start time, right? From this specific user. You can do the filter in the SQL itself. Where class, you can add some where class, right? So this is something good. Um, uh, but uh, but when you have the slow queries in the file, whoever having the access to your OS, which means your server, they can only access the queries, right? But if you store everything in the table, whoever have the access to your MySQL can be access the slow queries, right? So this is the one thing you need to think about. And also, if you see this SQL text column, this is stored in the binary format, right? Because this table is, sorry, this column is SQL text column is blob, I think. Show create table. Yeah. So here you can see this SQL text column data type is medium blob. So that by default your data will be in binary text format. But yeah, you can convert that using the function. So as you see here, you can just like convert the column name SQL underscore test using the UTF-8 MB4 as a SQL text. For example, if I execute this query, um, yeah. So that by hex code will be converted to the actual text. See, you can see the actual select statement from the slow underscore log table itself. Okay, so this is one of the approach. If you see this thing like RDS Aurora, so there we do not have the access to OS, right? Uh, so if you see there, sorry. So once you enable the slow query log, you mostly will get it from the table by default. Okay, that log output should be on the table. Uh, Fine. So this is about the slow query log. So this is very important to enable the slow query log. So whenever you are hit some performance issues and you want to understand what happens that time, then if you enable the slow query log, it will help because if there was any slow running queries happens that particular time, you can directly visit your slow query log file and it will lot of many times it will give the useful information if the slowness is due to the slow queries or something new or maybe your server load due to that some queries. So this all informations You can get it from the slow query log. And apart from this debugging thing, this is also one of the best practice we need to follow to visit the slow query log file at least weekly once or monthly once, and you need to optimize your slow queries. Okay, optimize your slow queries so that so when you are repeatedly doing this, your database will be completely uh, it will provide good performance. Okay, you
Sri, these slow queries, can we make every day separate log files or
yeah, you
something?
can,
Can we?
yeah, that is possible. You can configure some kind of log rotate
Okay.
script. There you can easily manage all your log files.
Is it at OS level?
Yeah, yeah,
Log rotate script?
yes.
Oh,
It's
okay.
at
How
OS level.
to rotate table level?
Sorry, can you repeat?
How to rotate table level? Suppose we storing tables, this log, query log, that time.
Your voice is a little bit breaking. So you mean you are asking about how to rotate in table level?
Yes.
Uh, no, man, actually, this is something, these tables are created by the system by default. So I don't recommend to rotate the tables. Um Maybe you can do something, you can manually create some tables and you can copy the data from here to their daily basics and you can clean up the actual table. That is something you can do. But don't rotate the actual table.
Okay.
Okay,
So Sri,
fine.
let's say once a week or something, you look at this table and take this slow queries. How do you debug that? Do you look at the query plans, statistics? How do you go and fix these
Yeah,
queries?
that Charan, we will address in the slow query topic. Okay, we will see that. But yeah, usually you will need to, you will get some information from your slow query log itself, as you see here. How much query time it was taken, okay, whether it is repetitive or not. And you have one use very good tool like PT Query Digest, that is from the Percona toolkit. That will analyze your slow query log and it will create a good report, which means like you can get the top 10 queries based on the count and based on the load created, based on the concurrency. So you can do something on that, and you can just go through the report, and you can start working on the optimizing the queries based on that. So usually, how we will approach is we will check the explain plan, then we will try to understand why the query is taking long time, or if it is scanning lot of rows, we will try to understand why it is doing, whether the query have the right index or not, or any functional rewrite is needed on the slow queries. So we will check all the possibilities um, to optimize the query.
Sir, those Percona tools is free or commercial?
That is open source. Percontra toolkit is completely open source, free to use.
Okay.
Yeah, no commercial. Fine. So this is about this slow query log. Okay. Anyway, just tuning the slow query, you don't need to like. We have the dedicated session for the optimizing the slow queries. So we will create the scenarios and we will optimize them. Okay, so you will get most of the ideas on that. So it will be some 2 to 3 classes for the optimizing slow queries. So yeah, we will see that on that time. Okay, fine. Uh, Now let me just set back global log output equal to file, because now we are going to see the general log. Okay. Uh, so general log we have two parameters mainly, show variables. General log also by default turned off. General. And also this is not recommended to turn on all the time, okay, because this will record your entire system activity, database activity. It will capture the entire database activity, and your file size will be grow very much faster. Your disk space will be utilized um, very quickly because it will record everything. When you enable the general log, it will record everything. For example, let me show something here. Here, let's say, let me enable this first. Set global general log equal to 1, reconnected. So if you see tail -f, so this is like general log is now um, created and it started recording the content, right? For example, if I disconnect, even for disconnect, you will see the quiet, right? Now let me connect again. So when I am executing the MySQL I connected, it will execute the connect, and it initially the client will check the version when it is connected. So that query is also there, right? And let me open one more terminal, and here let me execute some queries. For example, select star from MySQL.users, right? MySQL.users and MySQL.slow log, right? Slow log. So whatever I'm executing, it is keep track in the general log. Now let's see, I am creating one more session. I am logging the MySQL here. I can see this connection ID is 18. Previously, it is 17, right? Now let's do some mix of queries. For example, use information schema, right? Select star from tables. Tables. Okay. Yeah, so this is like when we use some databases, it will read all the tables. So you are seeing that content here. Okay. And here, if I execute query again, you can see the 17. So why I am creating two sessions and showing this example is because as I mentioned, general log will track the entire activity of the session. Okay, let's say if you want to debug something, you want to understand what are the queries were executed from some specific session, and what is the flow the queries were executed from the specific session. You can get the complete transaction flow. For example, uh, let me see here. I started begin, right? I started begin from the session level. Okay, 17. You can see begin. Okay, and within this, I am executing select count of star from information schema schema dot tables. Information schema dot. Okay. Okay, so I executed this query. So here you can see within the begin transaction, I executed this select, right? Now let's say, because in your real-time MySQL environment, there are multiple sessions were connected from the different location, right? So here I am executing one more query, select count of star from tables. Okay. See, now this is also written here. But if I am executing one more query here again, and I am doing commit, okay, I'm doing commit. So here you can get the entire flow, right? Begin, commit. Within that, you may see the statements from different sessions, but still you can track with the ID, connection ID 17, right? only you can ignore this line. This is from the differentiation. So you can get the complete footprint of your transaction, right? So in case if you want to troubleshoot some kind of locking issues, this will be very much helpful. Even you cannot get anywhere in the MySQL. Only the general log provide this feature. You can track the entire DB activity, and it will be really helpful. You can get the complete transaction flow. You can you can you can track the complete queries which were executed on the specific session. This everything can be tracked in the using the general log. But as I mentioned, this is not recommended to enable all time because it will increase your disk space very quickly. Because see, for only our two connections, how much this much of contents were written, right? When you connected with from different sessions, and if you are keep executing the statements, then your general logs file will be grow very quickly, and also it will consume some IOPS also in your disk, because you are heavily writing the disk, right? That is also the matter. So what usually we do, let's say if I had some issues on some specific time, whether it is getting repeated or I want to track the database activities for some specific time, some half an hour or 1 hour, then you can enable the general log for that specific time. And once you collected the data, you can disable it. Okay. Again, when you are enabling the general log, you need to very cautious. Like you need to monitor your disk. You need to sit in front of your um, system. You need to keep monitor the disk until you disable it, because there is lot of experience I had in my past when I do enable the general log. Sometimes it looks appear when we have the less traffic, the file may be grow very slower. But so if we cannot rely on that information like that, right? Some it will be quickly fill up your disk. Okay, so I think you got it what I am coming to say. So this is about the general log, and you can also the same thing. You can also get this information in your that table. Okay, the same parameter. When you enable this log underscore output parameter to table, it will impact both general log and slow query log. Okay, so we just enable this, right? Just executing few queries, and you can see now it should not written anything in here. For example, see, but these informations now available in the select count of star from MySQL dot general underscore log. Yeah, so you can see this is now started growing, right? This is why it is keep increasing is it will record this statement as well. Select count of star from MySQL dot general log, right? So that this count is keep increasing. Let me show the table also. 1 second. Select star from MySQL. So this is also the same thing, that SQL text is the medium blob column. So you cannot directly view the data here in the argument. You cannot directly view it. So the same way what we did, we need to do for the general log as well. For example, this is the one. So here in the slow query log, we need to convert the SQL underscore text column. Here argument column. So just executing this query, it will convert the hex code to the actual SQL statement. You will see the actual SQL statement here. Okay, fine. So again, keep in mind, like general log is very useful, but it is not recommended to be enabled all the time. Okay, whenever it is needed, you can enable it to track your database activity. Post that you should just disable it. Okay, fine. Now the next one is 1 second. Error log. Okay, so you don't have much parameters in the general log side. The next one is error log. So error log also need to understand the verbosity thing. So here select at log underscore error. So the default error log location is var log MySQL error log. This is your default error log location. So let me open one more terminal. So you might already aware of this error log, right? So error log will like I would say 4 major content in your error log. You will see. One is error tag. Another one is system. Here you can see, right? This is the system tag. It will print all the system related information. System related means, let's say if you are starting, restarting, or whenever you are doing what is happening in the system level, those informations will be printed here. Then error means if you face any kind of error on your startup or anything related to your service, MySQL service, any error that will be printed with the error tag. Instead of system, it will print in the error tag. And another tag is warning. Okay, system error. Next one is warning. That is critical, but not much critical, not a blocker, showstopper, like a error. Okay, but still the warnings needs to be taken care. Then finally, note. Note means it will give the information, like if you are changing some parameter, for example, you are changing the buffer pool from one value to another value, then when you are restarting your MySQL service, it will print the thing. Hey, your buffer pool value is changing from here to here, there. Some information it will provide. That is about note. Okay, fine. So if you want to change your error log location, you need to you can do that using this parameter log underscore error. Using this parameter, you can tell which location you want to use. Then the important parameter here is verbosity, like select log error verbosity. Okay, so this is one of the parameter. The default value is 2. So here I might return, yeah, it has 3 value, 1, 2, 3. 1 means it will just write the error in your error log file. And 2 means it will write both error and warning. Error and warning in your error log. 3 means it will write error, warning, notes. More verbose error log. So usually I would recommend to have 3. Okay, because anyhow it is not going to log much until there is anything. So once you are optimized your database completely, it will not log anything unnecessary. Okay, but still if you are setting to 3, sometimes some servers there are this aborted connection. This kind of communication related, whenever the threads are disconnected forcefully, these logs will be keep written in your error log. That looks like some kind of junk thing. But still, once you are optimize my database, then I would strongly recommend to go with 3 so that it will provide lot of informations in your error log. It will be really helpful when you are doing something. debugging. Okay, and I show that system tag, right? That will be appear on all these three. Okay, only you can control nodes, nodes, warning, error. Okay, let's see some example. For example, let me make it to, let's tail the error log here. Okay, so we can do something like I am just trailing the error log here, and we will see. I'm going to restart the MySQL service, and we will see how much content is getting written here for each of this value. Okay, for example, first I am going to do set global uh, verbosity equal to 1, and when you are setting this, you also need to update your config etc MySQL MySQL conf.d, MySQL d.cnf. Okay, so this is your MySQL config file. We see in our first two classes about this, right? So I am setting this 1 there and here. Why I am setting in the config file as well? Because when I am stopping the MySQL service, it will pick this value. But when I am starting it, it will not be there. It will get it from the config file. So that I am placing this parameter both the side. Okay. Now let me restart systemctl restart MySQL. Okay. So this is currently we have one both the side. See, the restart is completed. It generated some kind of 10 to 15 lines, right? And mostly we do not have any error. So only we have the system related informations only available here. Now let me do 2. So previously we tested with 1. Now I am changing the same thing with 2. 2, and I'm just restarting the MySQL. Let's see how much it is producing. Yeah, so you can see this is little bit higher, right? Comparing to previous one, a little bit higher, because when we set it to, it will start writing the warnings. You can see here is one warning. CA certificate, serial premise, self-signed. And here is one more warning. Fail to NUMA memory policy. Maybe the OS not supported. And here one more that is also related to NUMA. Here is one more. So these warnings were not there with the verbosity equal to 1. But after turning is to 2, you can see the additional information which is giving warning. Now let me do with 3. 3. Uh, Changing it to 3 here as well. Right? Yeah, fine. Just bringing up. Yes, systemctl restart MySQL. See, this is like verbose. Many content you are seeing here. If it will print each and every activity what the MySQL D is performing when you are doing the restore. So you can see the difference, right? So first we had some 10 to 15 lines, then 15 to 20, 25 lines. Then finally, when we have the 3, it is like a verbose. You can see it is started writing the notes. It will print the every activity which is performing by the MySQL on the startup, shutdown and startup both. Okay, so having 3 is good. It will be helpful in many situations like mostly in the debugging scenarios. It will be really helpful. So I would recommend 3, but you need to make sure there is no additional logging like with the client connection, all these things, because when you set it to no 3, there will be a lot of logging from the connection related logging, all these things will be there. So if you have the proper settings, everything for your connections, and you are properly closing your connections, then you can avoid the additional logs in your error log. So I mean, your error log will be verbose and not like it don't have the unwanted information in your error log. Okay, fine. So this is about the error log. So majorly two parameter log underscore error that will define your location of your error log file. By default, var log MySQL error dot log. And also you can define what exactly you want in your error log. That also you can define by using the log error verbosity value. Now, one second. What is next? I think binary log, right? So we address this low query log, error log, general log. Next one is binary log. Okay, anyhow. Next topic will be the replication. So we will completely see about the binary log. Okay. So what I would say is understanding binary log is very important in MySQL to effectively work on the replication as well as in case of anything related to the data recovery something in case you want to do some recovery then you need to play with the binary log. Okay, so you should be aware of what is binary log, what is inside binary log, how to extract the specific binary log events from the entire binary log, how to decode the binary log. So all this information you need to be aware. Okay, so first of all, what is binary log means? It is the binary file. Okay, you cannot directly view with the va command or less command or cat command. You cannot view that. Okay, it is the binary file. It will record all the changes to your database. You can control it. You can tell the binary log to write some specific, watch some specific databases. But yeah, that is something different. But what default binary log will do, it will record the entire changes. Whatever changes you are doing in the structure wise, whatever changes you are doing in the data wise, whatever changes you are doing in the user thing, this every changes will be recorded in your binary log. It binary log will have the actual content inside. Okay, so yeah, Pandey, tell me.
Yeah, hi, Siri. Yeah. Like a architecture wise, how that binary log will capture means like as a redo log, while the commit happen, then it will write to a redo log, right?
Yeah,
Same way, from which file or from where this binary log will capture.
yesterday we see that, right? So we have the specific parameter for binary log, sync underscore bin log. Okay, so 0 means every second the transaction will be group and flush into the binary log. If you set it to 1 means then for every single transaction when it is getting the commit in the read log, that will also flush to the binary log. It will also return into the your binary log. And you can set some different numbers also for sync bin log. For example, you can set it to 10 or 50. You can tell MySQL D like how much transaction it can group and it can flush to the binary log. These all things you can define using the sync underscore binary log. So by default behavior to the recommended value is to set the sync bin log equal to 1, which means on every transaction commit, it will be written in the binary log as well.
Okay, that means this source file for the binary log is redo log, right?
Not exactly read log. It will be flushed from the memory, from your buffer pool.
From buffer pool only directly it will.
Yeah, written in your bin log. Correct.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yeah. So from I am not sure about MySQL 5.7. Also, by default, binary logs are enabled, I think. 8, it is by default it is enabled. Okay, bin logs are enabled. You can check this parameter, select at log underscore bin. This will tell you whether the bin log is enabled or not. Okay. And show variables like, show variables like base. So it will tell you your binlog location. Varlib, by default it is varlib mysql binlog. Okay, in case if you want to change your binlog name, by default it will be binlog, but people do based on their architecture. For example, mostly people will have the host name here. What is their host name? So they can easily identify the binlog is from this host. Okay, for the manageability, whatever you can change it. Okay, fine. Now, what there are different kind of binlog format and different kind of images. Okay, so let me show that. For example, you can check all the binary available binary logs by executing show binary logs command. Okay, and we already checked the default location is varlib mysql, right? Now show schemas. Let me create use 3 and create table T2 like T1. Okay, T2 like T1. Show tables. Okay, show create table T2, right? And here alter, fine. Yeah, alter table T2, modify message text default default some value. Okay, what happened? Okay, so this is text column does not have default value. Fine, let it be. So I have some 4 columns created here. Now, if you see previously the bin log, this is actually the file size. Previously it was in position, and yeah, so this is actually the position, but it will define your current file size in the bytes, in bytes. Okay. For example, if I execute the same query, you can see this is changed 338, right? Previously it was 158. This is because I created one table. So this create table needs to be recorded in the binary log. So you can see this file is changed now. So now let me do some insert, then we will decode the binary log and see what is there. Okay. So for example, insert into T2 T2 ID comma name values values 1 comma a comma, let me also do something for the message MSG. Okay, yeah, B let me insert some 5 records quickly. C3 D4 E5. Okay, select star from select star from T2. So we can see this 5 rows are inserted. And if you see the show binary logs now, you can see that this has changed from to 338 previously, and the bytes is file size is changed now, right? Until this. Now let's decode this bin log actually. Okay, cd var lib mysql. You can see this is the latest written bin log. And if you just see the bin log with the less command or cat command, you will not see anything. Okay, because as I mentioned, this will be in the binary format. Okay, so you need to decode first, then only you can see what is in grep bin log. Okay, so this is the bin log. So how to decode it? When you install the MySQL, there is a utility which is MySQL bin log. This is the utility. Here you can tell base 64 output equal to decode rows, and you can also add the verbose. I'm just adding 3 verbose and just put the bin log file here. Then you can just do redirect to something like temp 07.log, whatever. Okay, a location where you have the good amount of space, you need to do there. Okay, because by default the bin log size is 1 GB. If you see that 1 GB, when you are decoding, it could be more. More means much more, 10 times more, or sometimes even more than that. Okay, so when you are decoding the bin log, you need to make sure you are storing the output in the right directory where you have the right good amount of space. Okay, now I just decoded it, and now I am checking this file. Here you can see now I am able to read the content. For example, let's take any one of the event. Let me come from the beginning where we executed the create table statement. Yeah, so here is that, right? Create table statement. So mostly the DDLs will be written in a single statement, like what we executed exactly, that will be recorded as a single statement. But if you see, uh, this is for the first insert, right? So in the table we have 4 columns. One is ID, name, C time, message. 4 columns we had, right? So each of this column, the first column will be like at 1. Second column will be at 2, based on the order, okay, at 3, and finally at rate 4. Okay, you will not see the exact column name in the binary log. Instead of that, it will uh, it will print the position of your column here with at 1. Okay, and this is actually the value id equal to 1, name equal to a, and the C time is this 1, and finally the message column is AA. Okay, and this looks like not the SQL statement, right? This is called the binlog event. Okay, this is called this entire thing is called as a binlog event. You cannot directly execute this to your MySQL, right? You need to convert this to the SQL, then only you can execute it. And also, let's say I want to apply some extract some specific event from this.
Sri, can you explain that too? What is that at and the number event ID? Which one is the event ID? Which one is the position here?
Yeah, that's what we are seeing next. Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
if I want to extract some specific bin log event from the binary log, then I need to aware where it is exactly located. Okay, between which position it is exactly located. That I need to aware, right? So here, if you see, we know that MySQL is auto commit by default. We did not explicitly create any transaction, right? So for each insert, it will be considered as a single transaction. For example, for this insert, I mean the first insert, if you see, previously you might see one begin. Okay, you might see one begin, and at the end you will see commit. Okay, so this all will be considered as a transaction. Okay, and this transaction is exactly start at 499 position. Okay, and this is exactly end at 641 position. Okay, so if you want to get this specific insert statement from your binary log, then this is your start position and this is your stop position. Actually, MySQL bin log have that value hyphen hyphen start hyphen position hyphen hyphen stop hyphen position. We will see that. Okay, so you can, let's say, from the entire binary log, if you want to grab some specific event, you can identify the correct position of your bin log event. Then you can pass it to the MySQL bin log utility. Then it will just extract the specific events what you want to see. And here, this is about the position between this begin and commit, and between this position and this position, your event is located. Apart from this, you can see this is the date. 25 means year, 12 means month, 24 is the date. And this is the time, system time at exactly when it is executed. And this is your server ID. Okay, this is your server ID. Let's say if you are dealing with multiple binary logs from different servers, so usually we will get into this situation when we are working in the DB cluster and replication environment. If you want to apply some bin log from one server to another server, you may get like confused, like this bin log is from which server. Okay, you can get to, if you set the proper naming for the bin log, you can get it from there. Otherwise, you can also monitor, check this server ID. Okay, because in the replication environment, we should have the different server ID for the different server, right? So using this server ID value, you can easily identify from which server this bin log is from. Okay, this is one of the important thing when you are dealing with this Galera cluster and replication environment. This will be helpful to identify this bin log is from which which server. Okay, and apart from this, the each event will maintain their session values as well. Okay, it will maintain their session time so that when it is getting replicated to the another server, it will use the same session value, right? Same session value, so that it will not impact, it will not create any mismatch between your source and replica, between your primary and replica, right? To maintain that, binlog will have the session value as well. So you can see some set session statement, which means those are all the, so when before this insert is getting executed on your target server, this all session values will be also applied in your target server, so that how it was executed in your source, the same way it will executed in the replica as well, to avoid any mismatch. Okay, so this is about the specific event. You will have the begin and commit, and you will have the position, start and end position for each event, and you can get the time from which time it got executed and which server it got executed. This information you can get it from the bin log, and your bin log event should be have the position, ordinal position of your column. It will not have the entire column name, exact column name in your bin log event. Okay, and this is the default logging of your bin log event. Apart from this, you have the specific format. For example, so you must aware of the row-based format going forward, because completely going forward, MySQL will be operate in the row-based format only. But if you are having some previous versions, then we should understand of the each of these formats. Okay. For example, if you see here, this binlog format, by default, it is row. Actually, you have three format. One is statement, row, and mixed. For example, let me show the different. Select star from T2, right? Table name, yeah. T2. Now what we can do, uh, we can change the value here, set global binlog underscore format equal to statement. Okay, I'm just changing this value to statement, and let me make some insert. A B C D E F F 6. Let me make one more insert. G 7. Okay, so now previously by default the binlog format was row, and now I changed the binlog format from row to statement, right? And I created these two insert with the statement based binary logging. I created the value 6 and 7. Now let's decode the same binary log and see what is there. Let me pipe to less. Okay, so if you see now, you can see the exact insert statement. Insert into T2 values, the value. And if you see the previous insert statement, you can see insert into T2 ID, that 6 exact value, right? This is how the statement based binlog binary logging work. Okay, instead of creating the events inside the binary log, it will have the exact statement which is executed in your primary, I mean in your server. The exact statement will be recorded. Now this is about the statement, and we already know how it will be on row. This is about row. Row means when we are doing the insert, the event will be like this, right? Event will be like this. But when we are doing with the statement based binary logging, it will write the exact SQL statement inside the binary log. Now let me show you how the mixed, we have one more format which is mixed. Let me set it to mixed, reconnecting. And if you see 8 give G H right? And 9, yeah, just to insert with the mixed H I. Okay, so with the mixed format, I executed two insert statement. Let's see how it is behaving. Okay, so if you see with the mixed, it is again executed, I mean, printed the exact insert statement. Okay, then what is the difference between statement and mixed? That is the next question. Okay, so row based means it will return the binlog events instead of the exact SQL statement, like this. Okay, it will write the binlog events instead of the SQL statement. When we set to statement means what happened, it will it will it will print the exact SQL statement what I executed. And mixed also, so far what we are seeing, the same, it is same as statement, it is behaving same as statement, but there is a different. Okay, how this mixed will work, so let me show one more example. Select star from T2. Select select star from T2. Now, um, now I'm doing two things. One is set global binlog format equal to statement. First. I'm reconnecting this. I'm doing one update. Update T2 set name equal to UUID of where where name equal to A. Okay. Okay. So this is done. And when I'm doing this, you can see this UUID of means that is the UID of this server. Select UUID of this is one of the function. It will print the UID of this server. So what I did is I just updated the UUID here on the name instead of name. As you see here, when I am putting the server, it will print the same value here. Now I am switching to mixed. I am reconnecting. I am executing the same update statement now for B instead of A. Now I am doing for B. And if you see the select star from this, you can see this is also updated. Now let's see the bin log event. Okay, if you see the bin log event now, you can see this is what executed with the statement based. Right? This is what executed with the statement based. It executed the exact update statement here. But when I am doing with mixed, this is what executed with the mixed format. So previously, what is our understanding? Uh, it was behaving as similar as a statement only, right? It should, but whenever there is some non-deterministic functions in your SQL statement, that time it will be written the row-based bin log event in the bin log. Okay, so that is the mixed. Mixed means by default it will work as a statement based only. But in case if your in case if your SQL have any function, the non-deterministic function which is going to impact your replication, then it will convert your SQL statement from statement to row. That is called a mixed. Mixed can write both statement and row. By default, it will write a statement only. But if there is any thing which is going to impact your replication, it will convert that statement to the row. Now let me explain this better. If this is in the my binary log, so replication can happen through the binary log, right? So if this event, when I have, let's consider I have one replica. So if this update statement is going to execute in my replica as well, right? That is the replication how works. It will read the data from binary log, even from binary log, and it will execute locally, right? From the bin log to relay log, it will execute it locally. Now what happened with the statement based? If this same update statement is going to be executed in my replica as well, then what happened? It will create the data inconsistency. Correct? Because UUID should be different. For the different server, UID is different. Right? So if this is just going to execute the same statement in my replica, here my replica's UID will be available, right? Because whenever this update is going to execute in my replica, it will get the UID from my local server, right? Local server means here in the primary, this is my UID. But when the same update is going to execute in my replica, it will get the UID of replica and it will update it. So in this case, this row will be different. You will see the different the name column for the ID equal to 1 row. The data is the different between your master and slave, primary and replica. So this is one of the very big drawback on using the statement-based replication, statement-based binary logging, and the replication through the statement-based binary logging is one of the issue, like when you have this kind of thing. But using statement-based replication, your bin log size will be low because it is not going to generate anything. It will just write the SQL, exact SQL there. So that will be your disk space is optimized with the statement. But this is that can create the data inconsistency between your primary and replica. So this is what when we have mixed, it always it will go for statement, but if there is something which is going to create the data inconsistency, it will convert the event to row. So if you come to here, it will not be the problem. If this event is going to your replica, it will not problem because you have the exact UUID here, exact UUID of your primary here, right? So when this event is going to update in your replica, it will update the same UUID which was updated in your primary. The same UUID will be updated in your replica as well. So there will be not any mismatch. But this is actually the row based logging. This is how the row based logging works. Mixed means it is the mixing of statement and row. That's it. So it is always it will go for statement. But if there is any non-deterministic function or something which is going to create the data inconsistency, mixed will automatically identify and it will write the row based logging. So this is what the default bin log format is row, and row means what you are returning in your primary, the exact thing will be written in your binary log, and the exact will be replay in your replica. So with the row based binary logging, you may not face any kind of data inconsistency until something bad goes. Okay, by default there it will guarantee your data consistency. Okay, so this is about mixed, how it is working. So the exact what value was executed in your primary, that same thing will be recorded in your bin log and it will be applied in your replica as well. Okay, so this is about the three different bin log format: row, statement, and the what is this, mixed. Okay, now one more thing we need to understand here. Bin log row image. So what is the current value? Select at that bin log format. Okay, let me set back to bin log format equal to row. This is your default, and going forward, this will be in use. Statement and mixed will be removed in the further releases. Okay. Even this parameter, bin log format parameter will be removed. As you see here, one warning is there, right? So if you do show warnings, you might see this bin log format is deprecated and will be removed in the future release. Okay. So going forward, we will only have this row based bin log format only. Fine. So now this bin log format is row. So here, when it comes to row, there is one more parameter, select at bin log row image. Okay, bin log row image. So this have three values: full, minimal, no blob. Full, minimal, no blob. So as you see here, what is the difference, right? The difference, like, let me admit, when it comes to the statement based logging, it is just returning only one row. But when you comes with row based, this is instead of one row, you are having this much rows, right? Even let's assume if your table size is bigger, let's say your table have some 50 columns or even 100 columns, then for one update statement, it will return 100 rows here, 100 rows here. So overall 200 rows, right? When your table have multiple columns. So it will consume lot of disk space, right? It will consume lot of disk space. So to optimize that, but still, even for if it is at 100 column table, when you are going with the statement based binary logging, it will just have only one line, right? But when it comes to the row based binary logging, by default, instead of that one row, it will write 200 rows. And also it will write the data as well. If your data for each column is, if it is more, then it will consume additionals, which means like what I'm coming to say is one event it can consume lot of spaces when you are going with the row. So to optimize that, this parameter comes like binlog row image. Okay, by default it is full. Full means this is what we see. Full means it will return all the columns before and after. This is the before value, right? This is the before value for all the four columns. And this is the after value, what you are going to make the modification, right? This value we changed, but only I'm modifying this column, but still with the row binlog row image full, what happened? It will print the entire column before and after. What is the value before and after? Okay, right? But this is needed in case if you want to do the point in time recovery, then this is recommended. You should set the value binlog row image full so that you can perform the point in time recovery. Because in case if you want to roll back something, want to create some insert, you also need to aware of the previous value, right? So this entire event is needed to perform the effective PITR. Yeah, we will see that. Okay, don't get confused now. So first, let's try to understand. So this is the full. Full means what we have the all the columns before and after will be there. And let me change this to uh, minimal. Uh, okay, set global binlog row image equal to minimal. Minimal. Okay, I just set to minimal and yeah, it is updated. Now let me perform one more update here. Update name equal to something like CC, where name equal to C. Okay, cool. So it modified one row. Now let's see how this is updated in the bin log with the minimal. Okay, so with the minimal, what happened? It has the previous value in the var class, all the previous value in the var class, but in the set, it is just having the modified column. The column which we are going to modify, only that value is available. Previously, what happened? With the full, with the full, in the previous image and the after image, it has the entire column, all the four columns there and here. But with the minimal, what it is doing is, it is just ignoring the after image. It is ignoring the columns which is don't need the modification, right? The column which we need the modification, only that column is printed here. This is how the minimal work bin log row image. So we got the different, right? And another one is the blob column. No blob. No blob means actually this setting is for blob and text column. So see, in MySQL, not only MySQL, wherever this text columns are bigger, text columns and this blob columns are bigger, right? The length of this columns are very, very bigger. So when you have that columns and uh, in your table, for each event like update, this thing happens, the update or delete happen, it will just ignore this specific column. That's it. It will just ignore This will just ignore this specific column in the binary log until there is a direct update on that particular column. Okay, let me show the example. For example, here uh, T2, and if you see the structure, show create table T2. Okay. Here you can see this message column is the text column, right? This is the text column. We already set the binlog row image to blob. Just reconnecting it. I'm making one update. Instead of uh, D, I'm making this change to DD. And if you see this binlog event for this no blob, you can see in the previous image, we can see this all the 4 columns as well, including the text column as well. But in the after image, you can see it just ignored the fourth column. Fourth column means that is the text column, message, which is the text column. So this is the no blob, which means it will just ignore the text column and the no blob column in the after image. That's it. But if I am modifying this column, I mean, instead of the name, I am modifying the blob or text column itself, um, where I okay, nothing changed. Where where message equal to I. Sorry, message equal to IA. This has changed. Now my update is modified the column which is already the text, right? So when I'm directly modifying the text column, then it should be there because that needed, right? Then only the same change will be replied in the replica as well. So it is needed. So this is something you can optimize. When you are setting with minimal, you can ignore most of the another columns which does not need the update. It will ignore all the another columns in this new image. Row based full means before and after, where and set both have the entire column list. With the minimal, the set will have only the column which need the modification. No blob means it will just ignore the text or blob column in your after image until that specific column is getting modified. Okay, so this is about you can go with minimal, but in case if you are looking for the bin logs for your backup and you may doing decode and updating the bin logs very frequently, then uh, minimal you cannot recover the entire data. So mostly full is recommended, and also having the full with the proper retention of the binary logs will be the best approach we can do.
See,
Fine.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So let's say in bin log, let's say there are 100 records, 100
Okay.
logs, and those logs are to be sent to the second, like to the replicas.
Mhm.
How do you ensure that they are applied in order for the
The
replicas?
replication you are asking, right?
Yeah, in the replication. Because if you apply, if let's say there are 100 records, first 5 are sent, sixth one is lost in while sending over the network, and seventh is applied. That time, so that is lost, and the database is in an inconsistent state now. When the replica is in inconsistent state now.
No, actually that does not happen. A replica maintains there are certain metadata. Okay, if you see the show slave status, you will see it will keep track of your binary logs and the same time the bin logs in your relay log as well. And it has the position, right? Bin logs have the position. So it will go with that particular order only. It will not like due to network or something. It will never happen. So the same way which how it was applied in your bin log in the primary, the same way it will be applied in your replica as well. But yeah, no worries. We will see this in deep, maybe in the next class when we start with the replication.
Okay.
Yeah, but the only thing is if you have the parallel workers enabled in the replica, there may the chance of changing the order, but still that also preserved. There is a parameter bin log preserve commit order, I think. Enabling that will also preserve. So you will not like 100% you can ensure that the way which was applied in your master safely it will be applied in your replica as well. No worries, we will see that in detail. Okay.
Okay.
Sri, can you open that this one binlog file? Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, here, yeah, event means from starting to ending of that statement, right? It means statement or binlog image, that
Yeah.
whatever
So yeah,
that is called event.
this is one complete event from this begin to commit.
Oh, begin to commit. What about here, event ID? Which one is the event ID?
Event ID. So this
Nothing.
XID is the transaction ID actually.
Okay.
For example, here it is, right? This is actually the transaction ID. So in case
Uh-huh.
you are let's say some scenarios like
It is difference with that thread ID, right? Thread ID is different,
yeah,
transaction ID
this
is
is
different.
completely different. This is
Oh,
actually
this
your
ID we can get from the tables, not from the show process list.
no. This will not in the show process
Show
list.
process list, we'll get from the MySQL that some transaction table
This
from where it will be written this transaction IDs.
this you mean this XID you are asking, right?
Yeah,
This is actually dedicated for your transactions.
yeah.
I don't think you will get it from any table. This is
Oh,
Binlog specific. So when it will be useful is, let's say you have three node cluster, kind of, mm, what is that? Galera cluster. If you have three node
mhm,
Galera cluster, let's say you have one asynchronous replica which is connected to your third node, okay? And your third node is now crashed. And you want to point the replica on the another two nodes, any one of the another two nodes. In that kind of situation, if you do not, if you have the GTAD based replication, it will be easier. You can just run the change master with the auto positioning. It will
mm,
automatically get the position and it will join. But when you do not have the GTAD, you need to identify the replica where it left on the third node which is the last transaction applied in the third node, right? So that you can resume from the any of the other two node, right?
mhm.
So, but each three nodes will have the different bin log file and position. That will be not same, but this XID is same. So let's say in your third node, the last bin log event is last bin log event XID is 100 means you can find the XID 100 where on which bin log at which position in your first server or second server. Once you find that bin log file and position, then you can just resume the replication using that particular bin log file and position. That is something in that kind of situation, this XID will be really useful. This is kind of transaction number which is maintained in the binary log.
Binary log, not
Yes.
at the database level.
No.
Okay. So what about this one, CRC32?
This is the checksum algorithm. CRC32,
Uh-huh.
for example, there is a parameter.
Next to
Show,
that one,
sorry,
next to CRC32.
one second.
So is there anything like SCN number here? Which one we called as a SCN? In Oracle, we will get an SCN number. So it means each transaction, there is a transaction ID.
Yeah, that is
So
what
that is,
XID here.
XID here. Okay,
Yeah.
that will come. That will get from only from this one. Can't we get from the MySQL session?
I don't think MySQL don't track of it, but I will check and come back in the next session. But so far, what I understand, it should be in the XID is getting tracked on the binary log only.
Fine. Okay.
Yeah.
So what about this one after next to the CRC32?
Next to CRC32, I am literally not aware of this code. What is that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, that is changing each this one position ID, I think, right?
No, no, no. This is something not. What I would say is, this is something not. It could be important, but we do not see this like.
Mm-hmm. Not very
In our
important.
daily work, we yeah, we do not mind about this values. What is that? But I will get back. I will get back on this. What is that exactly?
Okay, and one more thing, can you explain a little more about this position starting and position ending,
Hmm.
right? This is the position ID
Yeah, yeah.
4482 and
So
position
no.
ID 4703.
Hmm.
Actually, just what does it mean here, position? Is it anything like block wise, at the voice level, are we writing in a blocks, right? Data write in a block level. So is it,
Exactly. So that is actually the size bytes. For example, if you see the show binary logs, you can see this bin log, and this is actually the file size. File
okay,
size in bytes. That
correct.
is the position.
Is it file
Yeah.
size in,
Yeah. So, for example, you can see this file size. This is the
oh,
currently 4806 bytes. This file is. Okay.
oh, it means is it okay, okay. Position means actually that when the that file is being written, starting time, what is the size of that file, and the ending
Yeah.
size of that file?
Correct.
Is it?
Correct. Bytes.
And
Uh-huh.
also we will get show binary log status. There you will get the exact position of the binary log.
Yeah, yeah. So it is. I need to understand here what is the position. What does it mean, position?
That is the file
Position means
size in bytes.
starting before writing this event. What is the size of that binary log? And after completing the transaction or event, what is the size of that
Correct. That is correct. So
binary log?
before this
That is what
update, the bin log size was this. This
4703.
exactly. So when this is started, the bin log size grown to this to do this statement, I mean the additional logging. And at the
Uh-huh.
end, the bin log size is this. This is actually bytes. That is we are
Okay.
calling as a position.
Wow. Okay.
Anyway, we will see more. The next
Mm.
session before starting the replication, we will do something with the point in time recovery, PITR. How to perform, how to decode, and the start position. We will see more into this bin log. So maybe that time, in case
Sri,
first
can
if
you
you
give
have
show
how
binary
to
log
clear
status output? Can you check the show binary log status output?
show binary logs, right? Yeah.
No, show binary log status. Earlier, before 8.47, 8043, we can check show master status. Now, show binary log status, not logs, log status. Yeah, here, this is the
Okay.
position.
So
So
this
indirectly here,
will
position means the binary log size.
correct.
Not
Is,
size.
No, no.
yeah,
Like
that is
whenever
fine.
like whenever it will be helpful for the slave setup, like whenever rebuilding the slave or
That is fine. The use of that position, I know. So what does it mean here? Position is according to Sri, it is the size of that one.
See,
When
No
see
after
size
here,
and
it is
no
actually
size,
exactly file size in
no
bytes.
size and position both are the different position that will be show the current binary log which binary log is running on the that position that means ki which state. I mean size and position both are the different. you cannot be matched with the size and position will be the same. If you will write the data on the heavy, suppose it is the limit for the 1.1 GB. If you write the data on the
Yes.
binary log, suppose that you will write the multiples insert, update, delete a statement on the your master server. Binary log size will be increasing as well as, but the position, according to the position, it will be changed accordingly your transaction. So size and
Position,
position both
yes.
are the different. Not we can assume both are the same, because here we are writing the some little transactions. So you can say there see there the size and position will be the same.
Okay, then fine.
So
Okay, what do you mean in position here? So how
Po-
it will change?
if
So
In
you
change the
write
internally,
value
the
what
of
will
record.
happen?
if you will write the transaction, I mean, suppose that here suppose write one of the update query here, and then position will be the change. Suppose update and change the value.
1 second. Let me see what I have. Yeah. Mhm. Name equal to I is there, right?
No, I is not here. Name. In the name column, we are not seeing any value as a I.
Is
This
there?
is I, right?
Okay. Sorry.
Let me choose something H and yeah.
And then run the show binary log status, and the position will be changed. And the run the show binary logs. Yes, both.
Yeah, what
As
does
the
it mean?
No,
Both
but
here
here,
file size also changes, right?
here both are showing same, but in real time environment,
mm,
the
Okay.
position value would be the in some time in terms of the millions.
yes. In the real time,
Oh,
it will be not show the same value.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So
So
okay.
yeah, to conclude this, what I would say is your maximum bin log size can be, like, say how by
1
default
1
it's
GB.
GB,
100
1
MB.
GB,
1 GB, 1.1 GB.
I
1.1
think
GB
by
by
default
default.
it is 100 MB.
But in this condition, in the row format, it's depend on your transaction. Suppose that your transaction, you will update some multiples row in a one transaction. So binary log size will be increases from 1.1 GB to 30 to 40 GB. In the real time, I am seeing that condition in our real time environment, because we have to run the bulk transaction in and binary log file size will be increased from 1.1 to 10 GB, 10 to 40 GB also.
So that usually happens. Let's say your binary log is already your size is 1 GB, and your binary log is already reached a 990 MB. Okay, only you have 10 MB left. In that time, if there is any bulk transaction happens, let's say if you are deleting the bulk data from
Yeah,
specific table, yeah, or
in a
doing
one
update,
single transaction, on a single transaction.
yeah, that will
So
be the.
all the file writes on the binary log in a single file. It will be not terminate main. I mean, split the file from one to and 10 files. It will be write the all log files in a single file. So size will be increases.
So, yeah, that's what I'm telling. Let's say I am doing one delete. Okay, delete on some specific table or deleting some specific data within a single transaction. If I'm running one delete statement directly, that will be considered as a single transaction. But what happened? Let's see. Let me tell you here. So here I have this much of data, right? If I'm deleting, delete from T2. I'm deleting. So this will be the single transaction. But if you go to your binary log, what happened? When you have the row-based statement, for each 9 data, your
Yes.
binlog event will be written here. So in
Yeah.
this case, when you are come to your production scenario, let's
Mm.
say you may not have this 4 columns. You may have some lot of columns, and let's say you are deleting some bulk row. Let's say you are
Yes.
deleting some 1 lakh data within one single delete statement. Then your binlog content will be very much bigger. So
Bigger.
that's what I'm telling. When you started that bulk transaction, your maximum binlog size is 1 GB. Okay, but your binlog is already 900 or 950 or 990 MB. Okay, only you have 10 MB left. So that time, if you are starting that bulk transaction, what happened? Until MySQL will never split the transaction between binary logs. Okay, so once the transaction is started with one binary log, until the transaction completed, the entire event will be written in a single binary log. Okay, so whenever that bulk transaction is started at 990 MB of that binary log, let's say this bin log, your delete statement or whatever that bulk statement is going to create some 2 to 3 GB of bin log events, then the entire events will be written on the same binary log. MySQL will never split the
Yeah.
transactions across the binary log. So that is the
Yeah.
reason. Yeah, so that is the reason we may into that kind of situation. Sometimes your bin log will be the one specific bin log, but later after your that bin log is rotated, if you see the next bin log, that will come ordinary. I mean normal. That
Yes.
one
Yes.
that will be stick
Yeah.
with your. But in
Yeah.
this rare situation, this can happen. That the reason is this is the reason. Okay, and one more thing, Amit. This is actually, yeah, maybe I can revisit this also. But so far, what my understanding is, this is actually the exact size. Okay, but I can agree what you said. Like your binlog size may be very much huge, but that is not like a exact position. But what did happen is. This is you can see in the MySQL itself. If you see the show binary logs, this is actually the file size. For your binlog file, the current size is 181. It is mentioned 181, right? If you see this binlog file, actually, first binlog is it is the fourth binlog. The maximum file size is 181. It is mentioned here, right? Now let me decode that fourth binlog, and if you see, um, see the end log position is 181, right? So this will be this is actually the bytes. So what this position exactly here is, uh,
Can you check this one? What is just if you don't mind the what is the physical size of that bin log?
yeah, of course. Let me remove this. See,
181.
181. Okay. So now let me.
What about fifth one? Seventh one, sorry. Can you check one more time? That seventh bin log.
Okay, 1 second. See,
Yeah, that's the
564.
bytes.
This is actually the exact byte. So let me explain this little bit more here. So here what it is meaning is inside the file between this byte to this byte, this contents are exist.
Exactly. That is
Okay.
what.
And if you see between this byte to um yeah, between that byte to this byte, this entire binlog event is exist. Okay. So let's say if your binlog size is very huge, anyway, when your transaction is even very big, like GBs, okay, still, uh, when the transaction is completed, it should be written in the binlog, right? When it is written in the binlog, you might see this nlog position. You might see this binlog position, nlog position, and this position should be same as your file size. Okay. So what I'm coming
Right.
to say is this is exactly this position is mentioning the size, and between this byte to this byte, this event is located. That is what it is exactly telling. You got my
Okay.
point, right?
Yes, yes, yes. I
Yeah.
got it. Okay, thank you. Just Shri, one of my question is that how can we extract these events? Suppose that we have them. We ha sorry. One. Please open this bin log. Run this
Yeah.
command. Last command. And here is the some statements like where
Yeah.
at the rate 1, at the rate 2, at the rate 3, at the rate 4. Suppose that
Yes.
we have the multiple columns. I mean, 50 to 60 column in a single table.
Hmm.
Then how can we extract the which columns value is specified from these events? Suppose that column name.
Hmm.
How can we show that this column name? Can we elaborate the this events?
I am not. So, which mean what I
Mm,
understanding is
No,
this.
Amit, I think here, Amit, question is here. This one, there are 60 columns in that particular table. Actually, we are updating a particular column, but if it in the event log, actually, it is written all the columns, right?
When
So
you,
to identify actually which one is in the out of 60 columns, which column is identified. It's one by one. It is going through that. It is difficult, right?
Yes.
So in that case, actually, just we can by using this event information, we can rewrite that as a query,
yeah. So
right?
this,
There is a script. There is a script to rewrite that event by using that event information. It if you use that script, actually, it will convert as a SQL statement.
one
I
second.
think that
Yeah,
option
yeah.
is there, but I'm not very much aware of that. But okay, there is a option that.
My equal
So when you
to,
see that statement, then you can easily understand that which column is updated.
yeah, yeah, I got that point. Let me see if I can extract it from here. T2, yeah, so here you can see table schema, comma, table name, comma, column name, comma, ORDINAL.
Ordinal position. Right.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Okay.
you can get it from
Okay.
here.
Okay. 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 Understand. Understand. That means in this table events. Okay. Okay. Ordinal position. We
Yeah,
will
correct,
write here the ordinal position in the events. Okay.
correct, correct.
Okay. Okay. Right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I
Yeah,
understand.
So this is the command you are saying, right? Information underscore schema dot columns.
yeah, correct.
In this table, we can see that one ordinal position
Of the column, yeah.
of the column. Actually, where it has been updated.
Yeah.
That,
See,
So
one time
usually it
open
will be
the
the order of the
op
column, that is. Yes,
uh,
cool.
please open the one time more my binary log.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah,
That
ID,
means you
name,
okay, okay,
ID, name, C time, C underscore time, then message.
okay, okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Cool. I think we will get more on this binary log in the next session as well. That point in time restore recovery, recovering the data thing. We
is it
will,
already over that undo log and redo log that details
yeah,
in the last session?
just,
I missed it.
yeah,
Okay.
you were not in the session yesterday.
Yeah.
Go through the recording, man.
Yeah, sure, sure. Thank you.
Just let us know.
Unfortunately, actually, you said that one Tuesday, right? That was there in my mind. So, okay, today I don't have class. So tomorrow I have the class. It means in US Tuesday is today, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you said in India timing. So that is where actually it was there in my mind. I
Oh,
went
okay,
out.
okay.
Okay, no problem. I'll go through that video.
Yeah, then this is kind of festival time. Tomorrow, Christmas, then New Year. Then I
No
think
problem.
Pongal festival is there. Shakrandi, something, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So, yeah, tomorrow we do not have the class.
Yeah,
But yeah, we will try to meet on Friday. Okay.
sure.
I will update the things in the group. Cool. If
See,
there is, yeah.
one quick question, like in my environment, it is like PCA environment. So for some of the audit purpose, you said this binary row image, right?
Mm.
By default, it will be full.
Mm.
So I think it is not recommended or it is recommended.
It is recommended for the replication. It is recommended for the point in time recovery. For both, it is recommended. But only concern is disk space usage. That is the only concern. So
And
if
if
you
we put the minimal, we cannot achieve the PITR.
sometimes, man, because if you set the minimal, you cannot generate the complete raw event, right? See, you are aware of the minimal, right? It will in the previous image we will get the entire data, but in the after image we will get the data what it is updated, right? There you will not have the entire image of the data, but still it is same with the previous one, but still some tools will not work properly with the minimal. There is one tool binlog to SQL converter that will be useful on doing this, converting your statement from event to SQL statement actually, but that only supported when you have the binlog row image equal to full. It will not support with the minimal. So some kind of thing this is there with the minimal. Minimal is good, but still I recommend to go with full so that you will be ensured that like completely you are into this data recovery part.
Because in audit, most of the audits, they will not recommend this because it will write everything and it is full image copy will be available, right?
With
So
minimal also, you will have the full image, right? In the before image, it will return the full image with the minimal also. I don't think, see, uh, one second. Let me find the event with the minimal. And this is full.
the payment or card information is there that environment and
Yeah,
it's
yeah, understand that. See, this is actually the event with minimal. In the previous, before, you will see all the 4 columns.
yeah. Then only option is encryption.
Yeah, you can encrypt your binary log.
Yes. Thank you.
Cool. Cool.
Sri, are you this one putting PostgreSQL videos as well?
Yeah, I just started learning Postgres. So whatever I
Okay,
am
so you
learning,
are
I am making a video.
okay, and you're
It's a very helpful video, Shay. I'm watching the both video,
Postgres
and
video.
really, yes, that is a really very helpful for us.
So whatever I'm doing there is correct, or anything you find like
And
missing?
recently, I am also new in the PostgreSQL, so I try to be understand the all the things from your video, watching your video, and try to be install the PostgreSQL on my environment.
Okay.
So after that, I will getting the some issues. Then will definitely I will update you.
Cool. Thank you. Let's join
Okay.
together and learn Postgres.
Well, really, this is a very helpful for us.
Okay.
I'm also trying to be install the PostgreSQL with the help of your video.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. And it's getting me more help to be understand the PostgreSQL. So
Yeah,
very
man.
good, sir. Thank you for that.
Okay, I think this second video have more insights, what I am feeling. Second video that
Yes,
parameter configuration.
yes. It's
Yeah,
also help.
actually, it was confusing me. It was took some time to understand that context. Different contexts are there, right? Postmaster, SciUp.
Uh,
Yeah, these
yes.
things are. But yeah,
Yeah,
it was
Postgres, generally Postgres architecture is related to little bit Oracle.
Oracle. Okay.
Yeah,
No,
because
no.
there is memory
For
structures and Oracle background processes, so same like that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, in MySQL we have
No,
only MySQL
a
daemon,
few
but
guys are saying
Postgres,
that it is
Postgres I
related
have.
to MySQL. Sorry, it is related to MySQL or it is related to MS SQL, Postgres. Different. It seems it is a multi-lingual
No, no.
Yeah.
Generally,
databases like
its
this.
architecture only follows the Oracle wise, like because memory structures are different,
Okay.
memory structure and process structures. So even in our Oracle also we have background process and SGA, PGA like that, right? Here in Postgres we have the shared buffers, shared memory, and also background processor like DB writer, log writer, and postmaster like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So what I know, I'm explaining.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey, Sri, okay, this is this one. This context is some last first video I raised one query, right? So there is this one InnoDB buffer full
Buffer
size,
pool.
whatever
Yeah.
InnoDB buffer full size, whatever we assign the memory that will completely allocating by the this one with the server memory,
Yeah.
right? So you that day we verified that actually it was not allocated only the minimal whatever required that much only consuming from the server,
Mm.
not fully, right? But
Mm.
just out today we got that parameters. There is a parameter like NUMA, NUMA.
Mm-hmm.
So if you
Interlave, new
enable
interlave.
uh, NUMA interleave, right?
Yeah, I think yes.
Yeah, that parameter. If you the by default actually by default or I'm not sure in 8.4 8.4.6
Mm.
that parameter if you enable it,
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is on, right? So whenever it is on, the whatever memory you allocate to InnoDB buffer full size, it
Mm.
whenever you start that MySQL process, that much memory it will consume from the server. See, for example, if you put the server memory is 5 GB, if you
Mm.
put 4 GB of that this one in InnoDB buffer full size,
Mm-hmm.
it will consume almost 100% memory. 4 GB occupy for this MySQL process, and 1 GB approximately it's required for the server. So
Mm.
almost that if you see that 100% memory utilization or 95% memory utilization
So you mean like if this
because
parameter
of
is
this parameter.
on, then whenever I'm starting my SQL, it will get allocated all the buffer pool.
Yeah, upfront it will. It in the older versions, whenever the processors or that threads consuming memory, then only it will slowly allocate up to whatever memory you allocated for InnoDB buffer full size.
Mm.
But from 8.4 onwards, so it will upfront allocate that much memory. So it
Mm.
will use it will keep that memory as it is like that.
Okay.
Though
Okay.
though the database is in idle states, there is no application process running on the database.
Mm. Okay. Interesting. So this is from
Yeah,
which version? 8.4.6, huh?
I don't know. Actually, that recently I observed and I escalated to MySQL SME. Then they stopped a few days for this one. And because our all VMs having less memory, 8 GB, in
Mm.
many databases, actually these guys allocated in older versions, whatever 80% of memory. So that time it was not allocating when you start the MySQL process. So the minimal memory only consumed by the MySQL process from the server. So there was no P1S incidents that time. Now, once we upgrade to MySQL 8.4.6, then it is consuming almost 6 GB or 7 GB from the server. The total GB memory size is 8 GB. So the threshold limit reaches to more than 90%. Then once we upgrade this one, immediately for every database, we get more than one P1 instance. Last time we discussed this one, right? That
Yeah.
this is the parameter.
But that time when
I
we tested, it was not the case, right? It was not allocated on that time.
Yeah, that is what actually just even this parameter, due to this parameter or some other dedicated server, there is a one more parameter, dedicated server parameter something.
Yeah, be dedicated server.
Server. So that be due to that parameter, I'm not sure. Just can you, this one next class, could you clarify, could you
Let me
look
check
into it
one.
and
I may need to create some VMs. Let me.
no, not from VM, even from here also, right? So last time we checked it.
Yeah.
So what is the InnoDB buffer full size now?
It should be
So
default one.
1 GB or something you kept, right?
No. Buffer full size. It should be 128 MB, I think.
128.
Yeah.
So
This is the
if you,
default size, na?
Yeah, that is the default one.
so if you
And
change and
generally,
restart the this one server, then only it will allocate. Even if you change also, it will not immediately affect this one, right? Or it will affect maybe set global, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, set global, we can set it.
But it will automatically consuming, I think.
Once you set, it will resize the buffer pool based on your chunk size.
Correct.
Yeah.
Then it will consume at the same time, it will consume from server, right? From this mission.
Yeah, so what my understanding is, when you set it to, when you resize this value, it will consume from the server itself. Okay. But
Immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But in the previous versions, it was not like that.
Okay.
Mm.
Let me check something on this.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Anything else?
Sri. So there are several models in query optimization, like volcano model, cost-based optimization, and heuristic-based optimization. Do you discuss those things?
We will work on this cost-based analysis, these things.
Okay, so you will discuss that.
Yeah, we will.
And also when to use hash joins, or when to use nested loop joins for joins and stuff like that. Those kind of things.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anything else?
One question like regarding this last discussion only. If like that InnoDB buffer pool size, we allocated any percentage, 60 or 70 percentage, and while instance is in idle state, that time also that's memory usage is showing like as the allocation only. That means that time always that memory usage it will show high only, right?
Yeah, once it is occupied, the InnoDB buffer what we allocated, once it is occupied, then it will not shrink that quick.
No, actually, like if no SQLs are running, SQLs are not running in real time, that time if we are setting buffer pool size is high also, that time that memory that should be realistic, na means it should be less only, right? Not
Yeah.
should be
Yeah.
60. If that is like while instance is in idle state and in server side, if memory usage is always showing 80% plus, that means always like a client will come to us, right? Why memory usage is high?
You can
How we
explain
will
them, right? This is how this behave like. See,
that
once the memory is allocated to your buffer pool, it will be there. When because who is joining now? That background operation, data pages, all these things will be there, right? And InnoDB will keep the pages to serve the request, keep the pages in the memory to serve the request quickly, right?
Yeah, based on the usage only, it should show, right? What is the memory usage, what is the CPU usage. Otherwise, always they can claim or blame like a resource usage is high. They means like a client side, why always memory usage is high. That time DB need to identify, right? This
See,
usage
actually,
is
there
high.
could be the different reasons, but the purpose of the InnoDB buffer pool is designed to keep the pages in the memory. Okay, keep the table pages in the memory so that whenever you are doing some query, it will never go to the disk. It can
Correct.
serve the request from the buffer pool itself.
Mhm.
So once your buffer pool is started used, once it is filled with the pages, it should be there. MySQL will keep the pages there, so that memory utilization will be always there. So that what I would recommend is you can just keep the settings with some 60% of your buffer pool is more than enough. Based on your data, you need to consider other factors as well. But apart from this buffer pool configuration, you need to check is there any memory leak with any thread-based buffers, anything holding the memory or performance schema is using the memory. So these all need things you need to check. But buffer pool, that is the design. Once it is started occupied with the pages, it should be there to serve the request quickly. Okay. So this is something we can analyze more with the PMM. There is a lot of useful dashboards. So maybe we can install PMM and we can discuss
Mhm.
more about it.
Ideally, once data is dirty buffer written to disk side,
Mm.
that time that our buffer should be clear, right?
That dirty pages block will be clear. Okay.
That pages should be clear.
But see, your buffer pool is not only with dirty pages, right? You have the read operations. They are not going to make your pages dirty, right?
Mhm.
So
Okay.
read operations that will get the pages from your disk and it will populate in the buffer pool, right?
Kind of caching, no? Means like
Yeah,
if
right.
Mhm. That cache also we can clear, right? After reading the pages, let's say we are reading some data, 1 GB data, uh, 1 GB data from table. That means that definitely that will comes to buffer pool only. Once that read operation is completed,
Hmm.
still that page will stay in that buffer pool only, or
Yeah,
that
so
will be
buffer
clear.
pool will keep the pages, correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so when the new pages are coming, it will be removed, truncated, and the new pages will be updated. Buffer pool will
Mhm.
always keep the pages. The frequently accessed pages will be there.
Okay,
Frequent
that means
and
if
latest. Yeah.
mhm. If that means if instance is in idle
See,
state
if it
also,
is not there, then there is no purpose of buffer pool, right?
correct.
Why we have the buffer pool is to serve the request quickly. So we have the data available in the disk. So when we have in the memory, it will be faster, right? If you are
Correct.
querying and always it is going to disk and getting the data means that does not make sense, right?
That
Having a buffer pool is pointless.
IOPS will be high. Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah. Thank you, Sri.
cool, man. I think we can wrap off today. Yeah, as I mentioned, tomorrow we do not have session. We might have in Friday. I will update in the chat. Okay. Happy Christmas to everyone. See you. Bye.
Yeah. Merry Christmas to
Thank
all.
you all.
Bye.
Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you.